Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to discuss about the One in Math curriculum, and we'll go through all the details of how the website looks like, how the modules and packets and everything's are arranged, and how do you use them and work with them. And we'll also cover some of the teaching techniques. So let's get started. So first of all, if you look at the modules, we have like 4 kinds of modules: diagnostic modules, regular modules, review modules, and help modules. Let's go to the website and we'll work through from the website, how it looks like. So if you go to oneinmath.com and you look at this math sheets, you click on the math sheets right here. And you would see the actual, all the sheets, that are there, we call them math sheets. But if you look at it on the left-hand side, you see list of all the modules. So there's these diagnostic modules, as we were saying. This is the diagnostic module that we'll use when we come to the diagnostic section of, the training. These are all the regular modules, like when you say add 0 to 5, add 6 to 9, all these things are regular modules, and regular modules form the bulk of all the actual curriculum, right? Because that's what you'll be using day in and day out. Now, there are 2 special modules called the review modules, and the first review module covers like the addition and subtraction. And the idea here is that the review modules have one packet for every regular module. So in case you need to review the whole module, the regular module, then you come to the review and you can look at the packets, and we'll get into it more. And then these are the help sheets. So help sheets are basically to help you to explain the concepts to the students. So let's go back here and look at some of the structure of how these modules are. So if you click on, let's say, any of the modules, let's say add 0 to 5, 0 to 5. So each of the modules, then you see that, there's a title right here, or at 0 to 5. And then each one of these cards is like one packet. Now, instructions is obviously just instructions. It's not really something that you would use it as a packet per se, but these are just, you print them out to kind of help the students to learn the basic concepts of adding numbers, because they're like really young at this, if you're starting with at 0 to 5, 0 to 5. There are also some videos, to kind of give you instructions on these particular at 0 to 5, 0 to 5. So usually, a packet consists of these 4 kinds of packets. There are 4 varieties of packet for one packet. So there's a packet with no answers, so there's no answers given. And there's a packet with answers. So the same thing, but it also has, in the last page, it actually has answers to every problem. Then this is an alternate packet. So if you run out of problems in this packet and you want to repeat a packet, you can actually print an alternate packet with no answers. And the same thing here, the same packet of the alternate packet, you also have with answer. Let's look at this one right here, because it's easier to kind of look at this. So usually what we have found is if you need to repeat a packet, even if you print out the same packet, it totally is fine, because the kids really don't remember, oh, I did this problem or that problem. All the problems are anyway similar. They're just the orders are different. So let's look at so this is like the packet name. So if you look at this add 1, this is called the packet name. It tells you how many pages are there and page number from what to what for this module. Then sometimes, you would also see like a video that is associated with this packet to give instructions. Usually, this is for the parents to kind of work with the student, and they want to review the video. If you want to review it, you can review it, but they are pretty straightforward. So you should be able to actually do it just with the packet and the instructions. So that's how these packets, so every packet is kind of numbered, So basic concept is really very simple. If you say like add 0 to 5 to 0 to 5 is the module, then 0 to 5 is the basic numbers, and then you create packets per number of this 0 to 5. So there'll be add 0 to 5, add 1, add 0 to 5, add 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So if you see here, add 1 is a packet number name, add 2, add 3, add 4, add 5, But then after that, of course, there's add zero also, because we want to make sure they understand the concept of zero. And then there could be like other packets like facts, right? So what are the facts? Like 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. It's a fact. So then we have facts packet. We have sum of 5, right? So how many ways can you make 5? So 4 plus 1 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5. So it basically teaching you the concept of sum of 5. Then there is this concept of doubles here, in this particular packet. Not every packet has this, right? It depends on the packet, what they have. So doubles is like what is 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, etc. And then every packet towards the end will have one packet which is dedicated as a word problem. So this is basically the same problems that are actually described in words. And so let's look at a normal packet here. Let's say this is the doubles packet. And so if you see this packet, so the first page of the packet will always look like this, where it will have like the tutor name, student name, and the date. So you want to make sure you fill out the student name and the date and your tutor name, and it will tell you what to do next, right? So basically, when the student completing the packet, check packet for accuracy, ask oral questions at the end. And then when you have to assign, after asking the oral questions, it tells you like, okay, these are the 4 kinds of things you can do. If the child hasn't finished, finish the packet, repeat the packet, or assign the next packet, assigning another packet. And here sometimes, they will give instructions of what to do for this particular packet. It says teach students to recognize the doubles pattern. If 4 plus 4 is 8, and teach students to recognize one more and one less patterns, right? So that's basically the doubles neighbors, right? So that's what it's trying to show you. So if it is 4 plus 4 is 8, then what is 4 plus 5? 4 plus 5 is 1 more than 4. So 4 plus 4 will be 8 plus 1, which is 9. And the videos, there's actually video links, and there's some notes if you want to write it down. So that's usually what the starting page of the packet is. Then if you look at the next page, it will now start to have the problem. So we said 0 to 5 and to 0 to 5, and this is like double. So that means you covered all the range of the 0 to 5. So it's basically doing the doubles of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 4, right? And 0 plus 0. So same thing, it will repeat for like a couple of pages because we want to get them to understand the sequence. And then, after like a couple of pages, then we start to actually do some kind of intermediate changes. So instead of 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, we swap this one, right? So it is 2 plus 2 and then 1 plus 1, so that they are working, students start to work, and recalling the memory. From memory, what is 1 plus and what is 2 plus 2, but still kind of having this kind of sequential pattern. And then, after a couple of pages, you will see that they will actually be in random. So you see here like 0 plus 2, 2, 4, 5, 2, 0, 4, 3. So these all now become more random. So now this is mostly working on like, hey, how do you recall all the patterns that you learned and the sequences that you learned? So that's usually the structure of the packets. And if you go at the end of the packet, the last page of the packet will always have all the combinations of the numbers that are being focused on for this particular packet. So these are doubles, so it has combination of all the doubles that are possible between 0 to 5 and 0 to 5, etc. Okay. So let's see. So that's basically what it is. So now let's go back here. And so we talked about the general numbers and everything, and then we said the word problems, right? So if you look at the word problems, they are there. Again, same pattern, everything. But this is how the word problems might look like. 3 men went skating. This is a simple one. So 3 more men went skating. How many men went skating? Now they have to kind of say, okay, there's 3, and then more, which is plus, and then 3, which is equal to 6. And then the unit, what is like 6 men, right? So that's what we have to do. So that's basically what the word problem packet looks like. Now the last packet in every module is called the eval packet. Eval is really evaluating the student that they have really understood every concept that has been taught in this particular module. And so this is the packet that never goes home. This is something that needs to be done in the class by the student. And but the patterns are exactly the same, right? Means all packets look very similar. And but now here, these are, because it's an eval packet, that sequential numbering is not that, they're all kind of randomized, and but it is trying to test the concept that all the concepts have been understood by going through this. So it has like doubles here, it has facts like 4 plus 3 and 3 plus 4, etc., etc. Okay, so that's how the eval is done. And we'll talk more about the eval a little bit later. Now, getting back to the modules here, we talked about these regular modules. Then there is these review modules. Now, let's look at the review modules. The review module, it's basically an association of one all right, so let's look at the review modules now. So the review modules basically review, like this is add sub, so this is a review add sub. Basically, it is one packet per regular module. So when you say add 0 to 5, this corresponds, this is one packet of review that takes care of all the concepts of the module add 0 to 5, 0 to 5. So add 6 to 9 to 0 to 5 is a review packet. For the module add 6 to 9 to 0 to 5. So that's how you will see for all the addition and subtraction combinations, you will see one packet for it. Now, sometimes what happens is you are working with the student and you find that they're struggling with one of these concepts of the module. So instead of repeating, having them do all the packets of this particular module, you want to maybe give them a review packet. So let's say the child is in 3rd grade, he usually understands, what the additions are. But sometimes kids struggle with additions at 6 to 9, 6 to 9. So you might decide that I'm going to give a 6 to 9, 6 to 9 review rather than trying to have them repeat the whole module for 6 to 9, 6 to 9. Just a review so that they can get the concept and refresh the concept. That's the general idea of this review add sub. And same thing for multiply and division. Okay, that's what these review things are for. And then the help sheets are mostly, basically just sheets like number lines, unnumbered lines, number line up to 20, up to 12, unnumbered lines, those kinds of things. Add more to in a box, etc. So you can print these sheets and use them whichever way you like. We have seen mostly usage of these number lines, and add 1 plus 1 more, so basically there's a thing you can kind of teach a concept, so how to go through number. All right, so that's mostly about all these 4 kinds of packets. And we can you can quickly see all the different things that we just talked about, right? The module name, the packets, the videos, and alternate packets, etc., right? The regular modules, review modules, etc. So we covered all this stuff. Now if you go to the One in Math website, just like exactly I do, get familiar with all the pages, all these modules, and answer the website question. So pause the video, and once you're done, then come back and restart the video. All right, these are some of the questions, how many modules are there in the curriculum, how many regular modules are there, etc. So I'll let you answer these questions, and we'll continue to go through the other slides. So we talked about this concept also, right? I showed you that the packet is set up like first 1 or 2 sheets are like sequential. The second a couple of sheets are like just swapping intermittently to practice memory recall. And the next 2 sheets are like randomized, to do strengthening the memory recall. So we already saw this. And we talked about, having the word problem, the concepts of like more and less. Last packet in every module, we talked about that the last packet is always, the eval packet. It's always, so in the red, it's like this is the current module, add 2D, and this is the eval. And it's used to basically determine, that you've understood the whole module. Now, this is where you would make the decision to move to the next module or not, is the student repeats a packet, from the current module. If the student is struggling with some of the concepts of the whole module, then you might have them repeat some of the packets again, right? Or you may actually do a review packet, that I talked to you before. Review the current module and find the current, we just talked about this also. And remember that eval packets never go home. They're always given in the class as classwork to do the eval. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to actually ask oral questions or written questions for the eval packets. All right, so let's go through this packet questionnaire. So if you can pause the video here, go to your packet questionnaire and answer these questions, and then we'll come back again. So please pause the video. All right, these are some of the questions that were discussed, and your the trainer would actually talk about each one of these questions. What are the observations of the packet, names of the modules, etc. All right, so the next section is, how it works. So you're getting a little bit more into the details of how it works. So we'll do that as a separate video. Thank you.